Hey YouTube, today we're going to talk about something that really makes me scratch my head, and the subject for today is going to be firearm boxes and what people do with them. So before we get started, I'm going to let you know every firearm that I show you in this video, and not all of them are on camera right now, will be unloaded, and I will show you as I pick them up. So subject for today, boxes. People make a big deal about boxes when they go looking for a firearm. Does it have the box? Does it have the paperwork? And I have yet to understand what the fascination with a box is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a couple of firearms here that I own that I have the boxes for, and they're in the boxes, and I'm going to ask the audience here, what good are they? Are these boxes any good? Do they serve any purpose or anything? So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with this Smith & Wesson here. And I love these people that do these unboxing videos, and they spend 30 minutes sitting there showing you what a warning paperwork looks like. And I asked myself, does anybody really care about this? People that are in the firearms like the firearms. So we're starting off with this. This is an 1980s Smith & Wesson revolver. And this is how I received this when I bought it, and I didn't care whether it had the box or not. This stays in a storage container with all the packages to the firearms that I have. I just throw them out there, and I think nothing of it. I had to go dig this stuff out. So when you open this up, you see the inside of it, and this is how a gun came in the 1980s, and this is the one that came in here. So you open this up, and you get a beautiful blued Smith & Wesson 586, and I will show you it's not loaded. Now, what good is the box there? It is a cardboard box that is probably 40 years old, or close to it, and it is somewhat falling apart. It's all faded in its color and everything, and it comes with all this cleaning material and a screwdriver and everything. And I ask yourself something, does this make this gun better than I have this this cleaning tool and a screwdriver? Does people not own screwdrivers and cleaning kits for firearms? Do I care that this wax paper is in here? This is the original Smith & Wesson wax paper, and people make a big deal about stuff like that. I actually look in here, I don't see the paperwork to it, so maybe this gun's useless. But is this gun any less cool, any more cool or any less cool? Would I have bought it if it didn't have the box with it? Well, folks, I'm going to give you the answer to that. I'd absolutely buy this gun if it didn't have the box to it. That's just what it happens to come in. Now, a lot of people are not huge firearm people like myself and people that watch this channel, and maybe they want something to carry their gun to the range with, carry it around. This is not it. This is not going to be it, folks. This cardboard box means nothing, and it absolutely blows my mind that people put that much stock into having the box. Is it worth more with the box in it? It's worth more to people that spend their money on boxes. And those people probably are not really good at life, if you want to be honest about it. Firearms are cool. Firearms are not investments. They're not going to make you money. Over time, they increase in value along with the inflation. That's all it is. It keeps up with inflation, and you're never going to get a good return on your investment by buying firearms. You buy firearms because they're cool. You're interested in firearms, like to shoot firearms. This gun's been shot. Does it make it worth less? Not to me. I don't plan on selling it, and I didn't care whether it had been fired or not when I got it. The guy claimed that it was an unfired specimen of a Smith & Wesson 586, and I just pretended to be interested in what he said, and I bought it from him. Didn't really care. I knew what happened when I took it to the range. I fired it, and then I cleaned it, and I put it back in my safe. Nothing about this box is appealing. It's a cardboard box, folks, and I just want to run by this. So I'm going to move this to the side, and we're going to show you a couple other things here. A couple other surprises that I have here. So the next one I'm going to show you is a Glock. This is a Glock 19X. And if you look on the side, or wherever they put them, this is another thing people get all enamored with. Well, is it the correct box that goes with the gun? Has it got the correct label on it? Well, this one does. It says Glock, and if you look at it real close, I'm not going to get too much into this, but it has the serial number on it and everything. I don't know what all that stuff means. Don't care. And if you open this thing up, my 19X is in here, and I just stuck it in here. This isn't how I keep it. So it's a Glock 19X, shows you that it's not loaded. It has all the backstrap stuff that I've never used, and the Glock and all the paperwork. I've never even looked at that. I think there's a spent round thing in here. Your cleaning kit that I don't use because I just use my own stuff. Does that make this, would that make this less appealing if it didn't come in the box? Does this gun function any less when it doesn't have the box? No. This is an awesome gun. I love it. I love this 19X. I love everything about it. I've been over it before on videos. I've never showed you the box. I've never showed you the box to any of my firearms because I simply do not care about boxes. This gun, I got it because of the size that it is. It's a shortened slide on a full-size frame, holds a bunch of rounds, and I like it. This is the only Glock that they ever made in a different color. I wouldn't care if it was a different color. I do actually kind of like this color on this gun. This box here, this is the only time they made the box to match the firearm. I think that's kind of cool, but would I buy it if it came in a black box? Yes, I would, folks. I'm going to move this to the side. We're going to move on to another one here. So we have another Glock box here, and this is going to be funny. So this Glock here, if you look at where the label was on the other one, oh boy, there's nothing here. To be honest with you folks, I don't know where this box came from. It was in my stuff, and I just stuck a Glock in it that I have. And this is a Glock 21, and I bought this gun new, and I don't know where the box is to it. It's out there where I got all the rest of these, and I didn't go through to look. I just looked in here and saw this one. Something must have came in it. I have no idea what it was, and it may or may not. It obviously wasn't this gun because these are the wrong back straps for it. But would I buy this gun if it was sitting here like this, knowing that this isn't the correct box to it? Yes, I would. I would absolutely buy that. People will go on eBay and buy just boxes to firearms. It blows my mind. This gun is an awesome firearm. It works. It's everything that I wanted it to be. It's a full-size man's gun, 45 ACP, and in no mention have I ever showed you the box. So I've showed you the gun, never showed you the box. I just wanted to show you that there's a Glock here, and probably the incorrect box with no label on it, and it's still a box gun, folks. Let me move on here. We're going to move on to this Sig Sauer, and this one is where it gets real interesting. This is a Sig Sauer, and this one does have the label on it, and it's peeling off. So maybe that makes it worth less. It's a Sig Sauer Legion. So we're going to open this up and see what's inside here. And when we open it up, it's a Sig Sauer P320 X Carry Legion. And I'll show you that it's not loaded. And on the bottom, it's got the little Legion sign on it. This is a Legion model. Now, what does Legion model mean when it comes to Sig Sauer? Well, what it is, it's a gimmick to get you to spend more money on something. And if you look inside this box, you'll see all the paperwork and everything's in here. This is the thing that makes me laugh. I'm going to try and put this really close here and see. It says X Carry Legion coin. There's a coin that comes in here that has the Sig Sauer Legion sign. I never even opened it. Don't care what it is. All the paperwork's in there, the lock, all the little chamber flag and all that. Would I have bought this gun if it did not have the box to it? Yes. Would I have bought this box if it didn't have these little Legion signs all over it? Yes, I would. The reason I bought this gun is a threaded barrel, heavy, really balanced 9mm gun that holds a bunch of ammo. It's a really flat shooting gun, and I like it. I could care less about this box. I think when you get these, you can send off to Sig and they send you another box that says Legion on them. I've never done that, nor do I care. And I had to dig this box out. Also, I keep this gun without it being in the box in my safe, and I haven't seen the box since the day I brought it home, and I just opened it up and I showed everybody here the box. Now, does this box make this gun shoot any better? What do you think, folks? I'll let you make that determination in the comment section. Let's move on to the next one. This is the big one here. This is Colt. People will not buy Colts if they don't have the box. Now, back in the 60s and 70s and 80s, Colts came in a cardboard box, and they absolutely fell apart. Well, most people throw those away because they're useless. And Colt decided to change, I don't know what year it was, sometime in the 2000s maybe, and they started putting plastic cases with them. And if you open this up, well, we'll look at the side first. This is important. We'll look at the side, and it says what model it is. And this is an Anaconda. And I have a couple Anacondas. So you have to make sure you get the right one. Well, it has the gun inside this box. And I have the old grips that I took off of it because I changed the grips on it. A little book right here that says Colt Anaconda that I've never taken out of there. I don't even know what all this stuff is. A tag that hung on it and all that stuff. But this is my Colt Anaconda 4.25 inch 44 Magnum. Now, what do we want to talk about here, folks? Do we want to talk about this awesome firearm here that I love dearly, or do we want to talk about what it's packaged in? A lot of people want to talk about what it's packaged in, and I have no idea why. Would I buy this gun if I went into a gun store and it was just laying here like this without the box? I absolutely would. I bought this gun because I wanted a 4.25 inch Colt Anaconda, and I simply did not care about a box. Now, Colt actually became a little smart here within the past, 15, 20 years, and they've started making their boxes where they can double as a case to carry them in. It's a plastic case with a handle, and if you don't have multiple firearms and you needed something to carry your firearm to the range or something, this is actually a usable case. So I'll give them a little bit of credit. This is better, kind of like the Glock cases. This can actually has a little bit of a use to it, but cardboard boxes do not. So let's move on and pull another one over here to the side. This is a North American Arms, and this is one of two boxes that came with this, and I didn't bring the other one out here. It has a cardboard box that this goes into, and this has a key lock on it. When we open it up, we have a North American Arms 22 Magnum with the folding grip on it. Now, what's included in this box here? Let's open this up and see. Well, this thing has a set of keys to it. This is the original grips that came on it. I put the folding grip on it. I have a video on how to do that. And all the paperwork where you can order all the stuff for North American Arms, and who cares? That's where I actually found where to get the grips for it. This is kind of cool. Now, if you don't have a gun safe and this is your only gun, this thing actually has this set of keys, and this is a locking storage thing. So if you put this in your closet, you can lock this up. It's made out of metal and have a safe place to keep your firearm if that's what you're into. But other than that, it really serves no purpose. If you have a gun safe and you have multiple firearms, you really don't have a use for this. But it is kind of a nice touch to get a little locking, little lock box to put stuff in. Kind of cool. I didn't feel the need to bring the cardboard box that came out in here. Is it worth less that I didn't bring the cardboard box out? No. Do I care that this thing, would I have bought this if it did not have this box? I absolutely would, folks, and you know this if you watch my videos. Let's move this to the side, and we're going to pull this one out. This is a Wesson Combat, and they don't come in boxes, so they must be absolutely worthless. There's no boxes that come in, or no Wesson Combat comes in a box. They come in a range bag, and this range bag, you open it up, has spots in here to put your spare magazines in them. It has stuff, packets on the back of it, put ammunition, whatever you want to have in here. Now, this is the only thing that I think is a little crazy is Wesson Combats always come with a little dog tag on them, and it has your gun serial number and what year it was manufactured and all that kind of stuff. And let me move this a little bit closer and show you. All that will match the gun that's inside. So the important part, when you open this up, is the firearm that comes in it. And this is my Wesson Combat Professional that comes on the inside of it. Now, would I have bought this if it didn't have the bag and all that to it? Yes, folks, I would. But Wesson Combat is a company that believes in using your stuff and not sitting there and collecting dust. They actually believe in this. So they give you a usable range bag that comes in this. Now, do they put a bunch of stuff in here that's not needed? Yeah, they put on, a target in here for when for when the thing was test fired, an owner's manual, and your target from the guy testing it out, and a checkoff list. Well, the checkoff list is kind of cool when you get it, because this thing was, you know, the quality control is really good on Wilson Combat, and you see who's responsible if anything was to go wrong. But other than that, this case is actually a usable range bag. You know, it has the little straps here to carry it. You put all your extra magazines and all that stuff in it. So this is really neat. On here, it does not have a label saying what Wilson Combat came on this thing. Now, if you save this little dog tag here that's hanging off the side, I guess that can count as a label, but I can take that off, put any gun in here, and use it. If I was taking one firearm to the range, that would be awesome. But no box, folks. Wilson Combats don't come with the box. So, in closing, I just want to go over things with y'all, folks. You don't need to put so much effort into overthinking stuff. Who cares if it came with the box? If you see a firearm that you like, if you walk up and this gun was just sitting here on the table and you're like, man, I've always wanted a Wilson Combat 1911, you pick this up, there's nothing wrong with it. It meets your standards of whether anything's wrong with it or not. The price is right, buy it. Who cares? You can go to Walmart and buy a bag that looks just like this. I think for $10, it won't say Wilson Combat on it. Does that make it work any less? It doesn't, folks. I just wanted to go over this collector idea of, do you keep the box to your guns? Well, ask yourself one question. The next time that you go look at a gun, and before you ask the person, do they keep the box of their gun, ask them this. Ask them if they kept the box of their TV. And then I want you to think to yourself, did I keep the box of my TV? No. I bought my TV to use. Same thing I bought this Wilson Combat for. So why do you need the box to it? You don't use the box. Box serves no purpose. Except for this case, you can use it to carry it back and forth to the range. But the cardboard box that I showed you earlier, what is it? What purpose does it really have, folks? The firearm is what you need to work, not the box. Anyway, folks, enough of my soapbox for today. If you have any questions on any of these firearms that I showed you, I'll be happy to answer them. I have extensive videos on every single one of them, and thank you very much for watching my video today. You folks have a great day.